Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we are going to cover some really great information here. We're going to talk about, more importantly, the XRP secret to success, and I think you're going to want it, and I think you'll actually agree with it too. We got some comments that we're going to hear from Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, and we're also going to hear some information coming from Korea, New Zealand, Russia, China, and the U.S. That's right, we're going to hear from Christine Lagarde and the ECB, as well as the crypto dad, the former CFTC chairman. You're going to want every single bit of this, by the way. U.S. lawmakers introduced crypto legislation again. Is the third time the charm? I tell you, I don't know, but let's roll that beautiful intro and find out. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradley above at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. Currently sitting at 44 cents, 0.4478. Slight pullback here, ranging between 44.67 and 46.21. We'll keep an eye on it. Remember, it just goes to show how tough a resistance line that 47, to stay above that 47 mark has been a real struggle. It's been tested several times now. So head on a swivel, because one of these times I do believe it's going to break above and stay there. So let's go ahead and get started this morning. Here we have from Bond Crypt, Ripple partner Flash FX to open new ODL corridors in February. Ashish Burla, the general manager of RippleNet, claimed that the new ODL partners would be announced soon, both in the U.S. and abroad. Now, we'll keep an eye on what's going on with that. We have a lot to cover today. Let's move quickly. Michael Val 5link says Ripple fintech behemoth and major U.S. digital exchange Coinbase have transferred a massive amount of XRP tokens, 237.1 million to be exact. Well, that's a lot. And, it does make one wonder, under all of the things that are happening with the SEC and Ripple and the lawsuit, where in the hell is all this XRP going? I digress. Michael Val 5links again. Thank you, my friend. Goldman Sachs seems to be the latest large organization to change its mind on Bitcoin as the bank is exploring Bitcoin ETF and custodial services, noted the COO. Now, we've covered this, but look, I think it's relevant. If you really understand the enormity of a Goldman Sachs or a JP Morgan, this is news every day to you and me. There's no question about that. They said hell no to crypto for years, and now they're coming to the game. It's unbelievable. Michael Val 5links, Grayscale on the verge of launching a first U.S. Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, go Barry Silbert. Let's see what happens here. This is going to get interesting with Gary Gensler, by the way. I would be knock me over with a feather if he's not confirmed today. Okay, and we'll see what happens, but I would be shocked if he's not confirmed today. And it will be interesting once he's confirmed to see what tone he sets, because we've heard him be very vocal in years past about certain things, aspects of digital assets. I anxiously await to see what his leadership will bring, and I think he will be a real leader, like it or not, in this space. And I look forward to some real leadership out of the SEC. That's for damn sure. Another one from Michael Val 5links, XRP is gaining more traction in Japan, with SBI Group now offering benefits in cryptocurrency. I did want to let everyone know this has been going on for a while, so this didn't just start. XRP has been offered by SBI in a portfolio offering to their employees and shareholders. So this is not new, but I think it's exciting, because I think if you look ahead and where we're going to be, and certainly this is in Japan, so they've got more clarity than we do here. But if you look ahead in the future, when we have a unified framework for digital assets here in the United States, which obviously the rest of the world is waiting for us, because they could go without us if they wanted to, but for some reason they don't, do they? So this gets pretty interesting, but I love this aspect. And for anybody new to the channel, I did want to make you aware of this aspect from SBI, who is obviously an early investor into Ripple and XRP. So let's keep this moving. A lot to cover today. Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson have asked the court to quash subpoenas for access to their personal financial records by the SEC, calling the move wholly inappropriate overreach. Thank you to Bank XRP for that one. And rightfully so. Michael Vile, 5 links in the article here, says how much they spend at the grocery store isn't relevant to the SEC's ongoing XRP securities lawsuit, argues the legal team for Bradley Garlinghouse and Christian Larson. Well, I can tell you something. If I ever get in legal trouble, I'm going to work to save up on that retainer because I love their attorneys. This is a reminder of what we covered yesterday, and shout out to Sir Gordon for posting it again, because I just want to remind people this is an exchange out of Switzerland, I believe it was, and they said that they are now relisting to every pair that they offered prior to the lawsuit. XRP is now trading again, and it is enabled with all pairs active. And this, to me, could become a domino effect with exchanges understanding how weak the actual lawsuit is. So here's a piece of news before we get into a string of what we really need to jump into when it comes to XRP's secret to success. We're about to touch on it here, so stay with us. United States SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce thinks that the country may have missed the boat a bit when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Well, that's a bit of an understatement, but you know what? It is true, and I do believe that they can fix it very quickly, and I believe that they will. And when they do, I believe we're going to see a Cambrian explosion in the digital currency space broadly, not just for XRP. Not financial advice. U.S. lawmakers are now introducing for the 3rd time legislation. The token taxonomy is back in the mix. Is the 3rd time to charm? I don't know if it is or not, but what I do know is that the conversation is happening in the right place, not just here on a YouTube channel, not just in a podcast, but it needs to be a conversation where we're talking about right now, which is with lawmakers, like it or not. You know, you can be a fan of them, not a fan of them. This is something that could really, really help streamline all the confusion so we understand where we really are here. So I'm pushing that we get some more motion on that, to be honest with you. Now, let's get into XRP's secret to success here. Let's run through this. Korea's Shinhan Bank completes digital yuan CBDC pilot. Look at this. New Zealand, a new stable coin backed by the New Zealand dollar. Bank of Russia eyes digital ruble prototype in late 2021. Interesting. Today, the ECB signaled faster money printing. Now let's listen to this 30-second clip of Christine Lagarde telling you what the problem is.
Against this background, the Governing Council decided the following. First, we will continue to conduct net asset purchases under the Pandemic Emergency Purchase Programme with a total envelope of €1,800 billion until at least the end of March 22, and in any case, until the Governing Council judges that the coronavirus crisis phase is over.
And there you have it. Now, I don't agree that that's Bitcoin going to the moon, but if you think crypto broadly, people are going to be looking for a hedge. I think it's the point there, and it's pretty funny seeing the rocket go up behind her, but shout out to whoever put that together. What I do want to say is that she's highlighting the problem for the ECB and where things are going to faster money printing. But the problem isn't just with the ECB. It really speaks to where all the central banks and governments are in the world because they've deliberately shut down the economy for a flu. So this is where we are here. And let's just see where the problem really is. Because when you drill down on it, here's what the problem really is. One of the largest banks in Germany started turning away customer deposits due to the fact that the ECB and Christine Lagarde were trying to force and impose negative interest rates on those banks, which in turn have to impose it on their customers. Well, the banks in Germany didn't want to participate in that, so they told their customers to literally go somewhere else. How about that one? If we have digital dollars, The banks can't turn away the customers because the digital dollars in your wallet on your phone, $100 in the bank, 3% negative interest rate, $97 tomorrow morning when you wake up. No more banks turning anybody away. No more problem. That was easy, right? Whether you like it or not, and I know it's my cynical side, but the reality is this is where the central banks will see the benefit. This is where the central banks understand this is how we remain relevant, in control, and powerful. If you don't think that a unified framework for cryptocurrencies is going to involve the on and off ramps of digital central bank dollars, you're in Planet Xanadu, because that's where this is going. And check this out. This is Giancarlo working on the Digital Dollar Project, known as Crypto Dad, former CFTC chairman, huge advocate for digital dollars and crypto, but done right and regulated. Let's listen to what he says here for about 90 seconds. Listen to this.
But the leading one has been China. China has launched now a digital yuan. There's millions of people in China now using this. There's hundreds of companies involved in this effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols? Who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money. Who controls the digital standards of digital money? And by the way, digital money is the future, and they see an opportunity to control the standards. And that's why we formed the Digital Dollar Project over a year ago to advance exploration of this for the United States. You know, the United States was the leader in the internet. The United States was the leader in the space program. And as a result of that, we had a leading role in setting the standards for those innovations. We need to lead in this innovation as well so that the standards for the future of money, the digital future of money, are standards that we've long believed in. The rule of law, free and fair open markets, and economic privacy.
There it is right there. And shout out to Giancarlo. I mean, that guy is so smart. He understands the space extremely well, and he really does get it. And notice the part in there where he talked about who has the underlying protocols controls the money. Who has the underlying protocol controls the money. Oh, do you remember this one? We're piloting a new private version of the XRP Ledger open source technology with central banks. What did Crypto Dad say? He who controls the underlying protocol controls the money. All the money? That's what we're talking about here. You know, there's a great video by Digital Asset Investor. And by the way, for some strange reason, if you don't happen to know who he is, like and subscribe and watch everything. But this is an excellent video here where he talks about the DM ties, Google Private Ledger, other private ledgers, walled gardens, all these verbiage that we hear from, all of these things. You know, I really wanted to use that as a compliment, and go watch this video. It's a great video, by the way, as all of his work, but still go watch that video. But what I'm talking about is the idea and understanding of what David Schwartz has really said to us publicly. First of all, we know Ripple has told us it's not a secret anymore. We've known for a long time privately and talked about it on the channel. Our speculation has panned out to be correct. There is a private ledger for central banks on the XRP Ledger open source technology. It's a fact. It's not a guess. It's not us thinking, man, that would be nice. No, that would be nice. It's nice. They're doing it. Here's the understanding that I think we really should take a look at here. When it was announced, David Schwartz had said, you know, he retweeted the post that Ripple had, you know, private ledger for central banks. And he said the XRP ledger had been running smooth for 8+ years with billions of dollars at stake. The CBDC private ledger ensures transaction privacy and security controls combined with the reliability and payment proficiency of the XRP ledger, the best of both worlds. Well, this is what else he followed up with saying. If someone says they want a walled garden and you can't convince them otherwise, you build them a walled garden with a big red button pressed to lower walls. Then you wait. He also followed up with, at first, those both inside and outside the walls perform a kind of arbitrage service. The walls are eventually seen as an inconvenience, and people wonder why they ever thought they wanted them. What an amazing breakdown. The guy's so smart. But what an amazing breakdown of that. And truthfully, that's how I see where we are here. And just like DAI's video, I think it really stands to reason that what we're seeing in most cases, we're seeing all these countries develop their CBDC with a private ledger on the XRP Ledger open source technology. We're seeing, I believe, even companies that I'm going to speculate a step further, like Google Private Ledger, Amazon Private Ledger. Everybody will build their own private ledger more than likely on top of the XRP Ledger open source technology. And at that point, when they decide that the walls are an inconvenience, they will want to press the big red button and lower the walls. That, I believe, is where we really are. All right, before we finish out of here, that, I believe, is XRP's secret to success, and eventually we'll find out how many companies have actually built a private ledger on top of the XRP Ledger open source technology, and it will astound all of us. That's my speculation to that. Before we get out of here, people are like, hey, why do you keep talking about NFTs? I don't know. Maybe because Bleeble just sold $69.3 million worth of his? This NFT thing's a little bit more in the trend at my house. I don't know about you, but this is why I keep showing you guys Unstoppable Domains has been running a March Madness special. And by the way, not only are these available, look at the ones that all of you went nuts on in here. I mean, you guys have blown this up. I know there's a lot more out here, but I'm just showing you as an example of how in demand these things are. I think a lot of us really get where we're going here. The .com era is here again, only it is a .crypto era is where we are this time. That is my thought. That is my belief. That is my speculation, but it is not my advice. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, leave a comment below, and share with somebody you know. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. I Trust Capital. It is the best gold crypto IRA on the planet, bar none. Make sure you check that out. And most importantly, they are all trusted, vetted links. I'll catch you on the next one.